Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to make a computer sleeve with Trapillo. Trapillo is savaged yarn and you can make very interesting items with it. These are the computer sleeves that I made. As you can see, this one is brown. This Trapillo has some flowers on it, so I ended with a solid off-white color. I have this one in purple, and then I just added some accents with a multicolored Trapillo. And this one is blue, and I did the same thing. So we're going to learn how to make this one today. You basically need to know how to crochet a chain as well as a single crochet. Okay, so let's start with a chain of 22 loops. For this computer laptop sleeve, I'm going to make it brown, a solid color, and then I'll add some accents with this multicolored Trapillo. So to do the slip knot, we just wrap the yarn on our finger and then we put the hook through the loop. You pull it through and it's done. We're going to start with our first loop. 1, 2, 3, make sure you hold the hook like this, not like this. You can do it if you want, but I think it's easier if you do it like this. So now we got to the end of our chain and we're going back. We're going to make our first row. We put the hook through the first loop and we wrap the yarn over and pull it through. So let's go back. We're going to put the hook through the second loop. We wrap the yarn over and we pull through. And we're going to do this until our last loop. This will be our first row. So now that we got to the end, to the last loop, we are going to make another one on this last one. Just adjust the slip knot that you start the chain with, and now you go back. We're going to do this until the last stitch. As you can see, it's starting to bend, but that's fine because it's exactly what we want. So now that we're getting to the end, we're going to make a stitch here. Single stitch. And now we're going to grab this part here, the upper part of this stitch. We wrap the yarn over the hook and we pull through, as we did before. We pull through this one too. And now we're going to start our second row, always on the top of the one on the previous row. Of course, on the row that we just finished. Yes, it does bend here, but that's exactly what you want, so don't be concerned if this is bending like this. And now you just keep doing it until you get the height that you want. So now this is like our 5th or 6th row, it really doesn't matter. We're going to turn this inside out. Actually, you can do it this way, with this way being the outside. But I prefer to do it on this side. Here we go. And now, instead of doing it like a single stitch exactly like I've been doing here, I'm going to change it because I need a border. Later, we're going to add this detail with this color, but to do that, you need to have this border here. So that's why I'm going to change the way I've been doing the single stitch. So let's see. Now instead of putting the hook through here, I'm just going to grab this, the inside of this single stitch, like this. So not like this, but like this. We need this border here to add the detail later on. We keep working just like this, at least for a few rows, or until the end, whatever you prefer. And then we will add the detail at the end. Here, this is where we're going to add different colors to make it more attractive at the end. So now we are halfway done with our laptop sleeve, and I'm going to add this color. So I'm going to cut this snip. And I'm going to sew this trapillo here. This is how we do it. They have to be back to back. And now we're going to sew them together. Okay, so we're going for the last stitch before we go on with this color. Let's see if our computer fits in our sleeve. We're going to start making this part that comes over to this side, and we're going to make it with this color. I should say that this sleeve is for a 13-inch laptop. Okay, so now we go back like this, same as before, just on this side. Like this because this part will come back, will come over this one and be flat to close the laptop. Okay, now that we got to the end, we're going back while doing a half single stitch. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, this one here gives it an extra detail. So now we're going to cut. As you can see, I gave it a little knot here at the end. Now we're going to grab a piece of this material and we're going to start. Roll it twice around the computer sleeve to see more or less the quantity that you need. This piece has to be a little longer because you're going to make a ribbon with it. Okay, so we started here. We went around. Then we ended here. Now we tie a knot. Now you can slide little trinkets onto the end and tie a knot to secure them. And here it is, our beautiful computer sleeve.